What's up, goat tires? It's JC, and this is your video on how to handle those goats that have their butts turned into us. So grab a seat or a goat and let's get started. What's up, goat tires? So today we're going to be talking about those goats that are kind of notorious for basically facing maybe where the other goats are laying or held. So typically they're going to be faced this way, or they're going to be on the other side of the stroke like so whenever we go into getting them, for our flank. So I'm kind of a big advocate of setting up a run before I actually get into a goat, especially if that goat is not in a particular area that I want him to be. So if I see a goat that looks like this, I personally am going to try to reach down and pull this goat back to me. So right there, I pulled him back to me. I've got him set up right where I need him to be. Now let's say we have a dead goat. I don't mean like literally dead, but a goat that's just not very responsive. If I get in here and I notice that this goat's butt is to me, all I'm gonna do is still the same thing. If my goat doesn't move, is stay right here, go for the flank, and come back around, okay? Obviously this goat is very responsive to me, so he's gonna just do, whatever kind of sparks him at the moment. But if this goat is very dead, I'm just gonna make sure that I run in here. Even if I'm straddling, I come right here. Now, if I'm right here, I'm not in a very good position to flank this goat. So what I'm gonna have to do is basically make this left foot a pivot foot, okay? Because I've got to get some slack back out of this rope, and I've also got to get this goat back into position where I need it. So straddlers are gonna have a little bit more difficult time with this type of a goat. So what I'm gonna have to do is, obviously I'm not in a good position to flank this goat. What I'm gonna have to do is pick this goat up and carry this back leg back so that I get some slack and I can get this goat flanked straight across my body. So if I'm doing this, in which I can't really do it slow, he's a pretty heavy goat as it is. So what I'm gonna do is, I've straddled, I've come into my goat. What I'm gonna do, bring him up, come back, and I'm right back here to gather and tie. Let's say that I am a straddler and I funnel the goat's legs. Just kind of a side note, I do not stuff a goat. A lot of people think it's the same thing, but it's not. If you watch a lot of slow motion videos, it's not even close to being the same thing. Funneling is keeping control from the ground back down. So as soon as I get that goat up and go all the way back down, I have full control of that goat, whereas a lot of times girls that stuff, their goats hit and then they hit on top of it, which that's fine for some girls, but that's just not how I learned. So, food for thought. So let's say that I have straddled the rope and I'm like, okay, crap, I've got to do something. What I'm going to do is, if I can't get this goat responsive here, what I'm going to do is set this front up right here. I'm going to go for his flank, go for the front end, and it's going to be very difficult, but what I'm going to have to do is try to use this left knee to get this goat up, and then try to bring it back around. So just like so. It's not going to be pretty, but it's going to work. So basically you have to remember that this front end is away from me. I've got to get it back to center somehow. So if I'm here, okay, I'm not in a good position to flank a goat. We do not flank goats like this when they're across from us. So what I have to do is come back to center somehow. Meaning I'm going to have to bring this left foot, because my right foot is already planted and it's ready to hold me in this flank. Let's try again. What I'm going to do is be very strong. Get this goat up, come back across, and go right for it. Oh. Try again. I was not very aggressive in that one. So, came in. Woo! Eeyore, sit. Right here, okay? It will not be pretty, but it works. Now, if you do not straddle and you actually grab the rope, I highly suggest you try to set up this run before you get there. And then, if that goat is still there, just, let's see. I would come right here and then just literally go straight for it, because at some point you can get something on this goat to move his front end around. So I always suggest that. Okay, now here's going to be the difficult part. Eeyore, stay right there. Right there. So if I'm someone that does not grab the rope, or that does not straddle the rope, as I never have, unless it's unintentional, literally all I'm going to do is set this run up. They set it up for me. But all I'm going to do is set this run up for myself, bring this goat around, and come back into it, okay? Let's say that I straddle. This is a little bit more difficult because you have a goat involved and you have a rope involved. So, I bet y'all are getting a really good laugh out of this with my big goat just running everywhere. So with me, the only thing that I can find logical is learning how to, whenever you get here, bring it across and around. Because you can't bring this goat's butt underneath the rope, okay? And we also don't want to try to come around. So the only logical thing that I can, say about this is like whenever we come in here, this goat has not moved, nothing at all. We plant the right leg, swoop this goat across, and then go for that flank. It's a very difficult situation to be in, especially if you straddle the rope. But that is literally what I would do in those situations if I was straddling or just going down the rope. Obviously, I don't straddle, never worked for me, and I like to set up my run before I actually get there. It's great, I love it so much. But that's just kind of some food for thought, because we are going to run into those situations at some point where we have the goats that try to face where the other goats are laying. So, we have to figure out how to work in those situations. I highly suggest that you literally set yourself up in these situations on the ground. So have the goat there in front of you, like, okay, I ran into this situation, what am I going to do? What looks most logical? And so what you can do is just literally step it out. Okay, I am not in form for flanking position if this goat's across me. So I'm going to have to do something. So for me, I'm thinking, bump this goat up, bring it back to me, and go down. If that goat's like this. Or if I'm straddling the goats over here with the rope in between me as well, the only logical thing that I can think of, and which is going to be really slow, is bringing that goat back around across me and going for my flank. But yes, just in those situations, it sucks to work on, but at the end of the day, if you can figure out those situations, you're going to be so much better off to where you're not that cookie cutter goat tire that can only tie one certain goat every single run. If you can figure out how to tie goats in all sorts of positions, you're going to be so much better off as a goat tire, I promise you. So give this a try. Okay, I'm going to challenge you this week to try this crazy stuff. I will say, these are 1% chance that it's ever going to happen in your career, but it makes you a better goat tire. It helps you understand how your body moves. It helps you understand, my chair is shaking. It helps helps you understand how goats move and how you can move into a goat. It helps you understand so much more about goat tying and the fundamentals of literally being at a goat. So give this a try this week. Be very logical in it and be like, okay, this didn't feel right. I didn't feel strong enough in this position, or hey, this freaking sucks, I gotta do something else. But don't quit. That's the key. Don't quit. Don't just give up if it feels terrible. Figure out a way that helps you in that situation. Because obviously what I teach on these videos are not tailored to every single person. So give that a try this week. I definitely challenge you to work on this, because you're going to have that situation where a goat is set up with its butt towards you and not away from you in that cookie cutter situation. Yeah, I think that's all that I have on this session, but if y'all have any questions, leave it in the comment section below, okay? Make sure you subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up if you love it. And I challenge you this week to definitely try this in your practice pen runs. Just figure it out, okay? It's not gonna be pretty. I never said it was gonna be pretty, but it'll make you a better goat tyer at the end of the day, because you know how to handle a goat from any situation, okay? So check that out this week, and if you are successful in it, like very beginning, and you're like, heck, that was easy, then I would love to hear about it, okay? Just let me know. Let's celebrate. Whoop, whoop, okay? So yeah, I hope y'all have a great week, and I will see y'all next week.